I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure that was a Bigfoot. Let me tell you a story. Well, this story was given to me by my new friend John. He and his son were Bigfooting high in the Sierra Mountains, more so on a dare, when something very large and interesting showed up. Be careful what you ask for. You might just get it. Well, my family and I had been watching Finding Bigfoot for years. When I get interested in something, I usually research the crap out of it on the internet, and that's when I discovered the Sierra Site incident. On a lark, I followed the breadcrumbs and found the general area to which the claims of the Bigfoot shooting had happened. My son and I packed up our gear and decided to go on an adventure. We started out all the wrong way and didn't allot for enough time to really get settled in before dark. We finally thought that we had found the location, but had no real idea, as the mountains here are so vast you could drive for hours just circling one peak. So we dropped off our gear and set up camp. We had come out with the idea that we would do Bigfoot calls and knock on trees and call the Bigfoot in, but once we got there, we realized this is the big time. We decided this first trip wouldn't be such a good idea to get that started. So we sat by the fire, we watched, and we listened. The night got pretty cold, so we had turned in for the night to the tent. Laying there listening to the cold, quiet winds blows, I realized I began to hear something approaching our tent. It really sounded like a really big person slowly approaching our campsite. Long, heavy strides, one after another, not the pit-pat of a four-legged animal at all. I reached over and shook my son awake, and just as he came to, the creature walked right up to the tent, stood over our heads, and stood there with a very heavy breath. This is exactly when my son spoke softly to me, "Dad, I can't move." Was it from the fear, or even sleep paralysis? I had no idea, but I can honestly say that we were very scared. Before we could react and get out of the tent to find the creature, it definitely made its way off and was long out of sight. Realistically, my son couldn't move for 30 seconds or less, but we had been to the mountains for years without anything like this happening before. Once daylight broke, we got up and searched the area for evidence, or just what our visitor may have been. Sad to say, there wasn't much to find for the evidence out there, but there weren't any signs of bear or mountain lion either. Just what was it that night? We may never know, but it's definitely left us with a step closer to really believing that Bigfoot are real. Since this encounter, I've spent 24 nights in the woods looking for more answers, and I'll spend many more trying to find them. John and his son had a possible brush with the wood ape of the North American forest. For them, it sparked an adventure that will continue on for the foreseeable future. Thanks for listening. I'm Reverend Jeff, and may the Squatch be with you.